After weeks of rumors, theories, leaks and speculation, the Assassin's Creed collaboration is finally official. The first trailer for the collab event has dropped and there is a lot to unpack. The event looks massive. The 3 mythological chapters are confirmed, the 3 bosses are confirmed, the skins, the artifact. Ezio is confirmed as a free hero. Evie Frye is our 5th assassin, and we now have our first proper look at Dark Ezio. So today we're going through the video and we're breaking down everything Moonton has shown us. What's up guys, this is Krios with another Watcher of Realms video. Welcome back to the channel. Let's break down this trailer. We're going to start with Kassandra because it's only fitting to start with her, as everything in the Assassin's Creed lore pretty much starts with her. Yes, Bayek and Aya founded the Hidden Ones, which eventually led to the creation of the Creed, but it all started with Kassandra and her descendants, which includes Aya, and it started with the Cult of Cosmos as well. And fun fact, it also started with Darius, who can be considered the first assassin in the Assassin's Creed universe, as he is the one who assassinated King Xerxes of Persia. And if you're an Assassin's Creed Odyssey player, you are going to recognize where she is in the frame. She's standing on the statue of Athena in ancient Athens. This is one of the most iconic locations in AC Odyssey. And this tells us that Moonton is not just putting the characters into generic environments, they are recreating locations from the original Assassin's Creed games. And then we see something appear in front of Kassandra. It looks like a rift, like glass breaking or a mirror breaking, if you will. A mirror to another world, and she appears to interact with this portal with the Spear of Leonidas, which is also an Isu artifact, and historically Isu artifacts played a big role in the Assassin's Creed lore, but also in Assassin's Creed collaborations. We don't know yet whether these artifacts have any big roles in traveling through the rifts, maybe activating it or simply opening something that already exists. We next see Ezio. He leaps through a similar rift and lands on what appears to be a statue, and that immediately connects the opening 2 shots. Kassandra interacts with one of the rifts, Ezio travels through another. So the trailer is establishing the mechanism behind the crossover, which is rifts or portals. There is another detail here that becomes much more interesting. There is a leaked image as well, which is connected to this detail, and that is that Ezio doesn't appear to land somewhere random. The apparent statue that he lands on, it seems to be located in the Mordius Desert. And we are going to come back to that because I think that might be an important detail in this entire story. The trailer then transitions through a pyramid which fits perfectly with the Mordius Desert landing, considering that the Mordius Desert is or was the land of pharaohs, and it is heavily inspired by ancient Egypt. The next scene is heavily reminiscent of the trial of Anubis from Assassin's Creed Origins, and then we have a good look at Bayek. There is something important about the boss in this scene. This Anubis isn't a Watcher of Realms interpretation of the Egyptian god. This is very specifically the Assassin's Creed version of Anubis. The trailer next moves north. The atmosphere changes, the sky has that northern lights feel, the environment becomes a bit colder, and it's time for Eivor, another major mythology reveal, because Eivor isn't just representing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, she's representing the Norse mythology side of this collaboration. And this is something we were theorizing about before, even though we didn't have a lot of information on it. Now we have it. We are also getting 3 Assassin's Creed inspired skins, and these aren't just random designs. Kassandra's Wings of Pegasus is the character set from the Pegasus mythical pack from the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The Order of the Duat skin for Bayek draws from the Servant of Amun outfit in Assassin's Creed Origins, and Eivor's Oathbound Regalia skin is the Holy Knight premium character gear set from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. All these skins have stories behind them as well, which we are going to dive into in future videos. In the next shot, we have the structure of the event, which has 3 chapters with 3 mythical worlds, not just random environments. So story chapter 1 is called Land of the Ancients and is based on ancient Egypt. Story chapter 2 is called Land of the Gods and is based on Norse mythology. And story chapter 3 is called Cradle of Wisdom, based on ancient Greece. The 3 mythology theory, each one tied to a specific assassin and their respective game. For these story chapters, we also get challenge stages, and the first challenge stage is the Jackal's Necropolis. The boss for this one is Anubis. This looks almost like a perfect recreation of the Trial of the Gods. For chapter number 2, the challenge is called the Giant's Forge, and the boss for this one is Surtr. Now this one is particularly interesting because, as I mentioned before, we didn't have a lot of info surrounding Eivor, and there were a few other possibilities for a boss, including Sinmara, who's Surtr's wife. We also had Loki or Hel, or a boss revolving around a giant of Jotun. These were all valid possibilities or valid choices based on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. However, Surtr seems like the right choice here. He is, after all, a major antagonist in the Dawn of Ragnarok, so we're not just fighting a generic fire giant, we are fighting an established boss of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla game. For chapter number 3, the challenge is called the House of Hades, and as the name says, Hades is the boss. Again, this is specifically connected to Assassin's Creed Odyssey and its Torment of Hades DLC. So Kassandra gets her own mythological enemy, and that gives us an extremely clean and very nice structure. 3 Assassin's Creed protagonists, 3 mythological worlds, 3 bosses they've already encountered, and a couple of massive lore questions. How did they get to TYA? Or the more important one, did they actually get to TYA? In the next shot, we get a sneak peek on the Anubis boss fight, and one thing I want to mention here is these aren't simply Watcher of Realms make their own version of these mythological characters. They are clearly Assassin's Creed interpretations. So if you're familiar with the respective AC games, you will immediately recognize all 3 of them. I am secretly hoping they are going to become playable characters because they look absolutely incredible. Next up, we have a look at the exclusive artifacts, and Kassandra gets the Spear of Leonidas, Ezio gets the Auditore Blade, Bayek gets the Amenhotep's Bow, and Eivor gets Verin's Axe. All of these artifacts are directly connected to the characters. They are an important part of their identity. And now the important questions arise here. How many of these artifacts are going to be in the event shop? Are we going to get any of these free? And the last question would be, are they eventually going to be on a Forge rate up? Based on previous events, I would say that Ezio's artifact could be free, and the others are going to be in the event shop, and they will eventually be on a Forge rate up as well. Again, this is all speculation and a personal theory, considering what Moonton has done in previous events. Then we get to one of the biggest announcements yet. Ezio is free. He is obtainable through signing and completing events quests, and that makes complete sense. Ezio is pretty much the face of this collaboration, and he's also pretty much the face of the Assassin's Creed franchise. And he's the one connecting the different Assassin's Creed characters in this collab. So giving everyone access to him is actually a very good decision. And if you complete both free acquisition routes, you'll effectively be able to get enough copies for an A1. And that is pretty substantial free collaboration reward. Then the trailer drops something we've been waiting for. Evie Frye. For days we've been asking, where does Evie fit? Why is she here? Is she simply an extra assassin? And now we know she's part of the collaboration. But we still don't know exactly what her role is. And that is something we'll have to investigate once more information comes out. And then comes the real surprise. Ezio della Notte. Not simply Dark Ezio. And Moonton labels this entire section with Ezio della Notte and Evie collaboration preview coming soon. So there is clearly something else still to come. And this is where things get very interesting, because this alternate Ezio has already been associated with the Chaos Dominion and Nightmare Council, because these are his two factions. And now we can finally see him properly, which raises a few questions. Is this actually Ezio, or is this another version of Ezio? Considering the name of the event is called Echoes of the Creed, and Assassin's Creed mainly works with memory fragments, could this be a corrupted memory? Could this be an echo of the real Ezio? Could this be a manifestation, something created by the Chaos Dominion or the Nightmare Council, or something corrupted by either one of these factions? We'll just have to wait for more details here. But one theory I have about Ezio della Notte is that he is going to be a boss as well. I think after the 3 story chapters, we are going to get another one which revolves around Ezio della Notte. Evie is going to be involved in some shape or form, and I don't think we're going to get possibly an evil version of Ezio, part of the Chaos Dominion and Nightmare Council, and we're not going to fight against him. So there we have it, the official collaboration reveal. The event is on its way. It's kickstarting on 20th of August, and after breaking down the trailer, we can confirm 3 chapters, 3 mythological worlds, 3 Assassin's Creed bosses, 6 Assassin's Creed heroes with Evie Frye and Ezio della Notte coming soon, and a whole lot more. But now there are a few questions floating around. Anubis, Surtr, Hades, these aren't random bosses. They are enemies from the Assassin's own stories. So why and how are they in TYA? Or rather, are they actually in TYA? What's Ezio della Notte's story? And how is the Mordius Desert part of this story? And that's something we're going to investigate in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Subscribe to the channel for more lore videos. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you next time.